Richard.
Now, he won high praise from Paul Hollywood for his 20-layer shish torte. I'm reliably informed that's how you say it.
I think it's chic torta.
You just wanted me to say that in case I got it wrong. His baklavas, sadly, didn't go down so well.
You say baklavas, I say baklavas. Anyway, however, it was more than enough to get Stockport's Luis Toryano through to next week's final of the Great British Bake Off, of course. He is here with us now, but before we meet him, let's have a look at how it all happened.
Brilliant.
You were cringing when you watched that, weren't you?
I was cringing. I'm not that type of guy normally, so...
But it must be so emotional, it just gets to you the moment.
Totally, you know, you don't expect to get through to the final of the Great British Bake Off, so I think it was a combination of relief and excitement that caused that.
How do you say that German cake?
I think it's chic torta.
Right.
However you say it, you did it perfectly.
You did a brilliant one,
didn't you?
Yes.
Paul, really high praise. He said it was perfect, didn't he?
He did, and, you know, I think it's years of making pancakes that kind of pulled me through that task, because it was literally pancake on pancake on pancake, so, yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm interested in, without getting you into trouble, Louis.
OK.
Who's the boss between Paul and Mary?
Ooh, crikey, that's a really difficult question. I think it depends on what the subject of the week is. And if you're in cake territory, Mary's the boss. And I think if you're in dough and bread, Paul's firmly the boss.
And what are you happiest making? I mean, just one look at that, I think, there gives us a good clue.
Well, I've made you all a cake this evening.
How kind, thank you.
No, that's
really
my pleasure. And I really like making bread. I like doing pastry things. Yeah. Cakes aren't really my forte, to be honest.
Really?
No, look at that. Does that have a name? Is that a
that
particular
is
type of
a orange, aniseed and honey cake. So it's homemade blood orange marmalade through it, and it's honey from my own bees in there as well.
Have you always... Yeah, because you keep bees, don't you?
I do keep bees,
How
yes.
many hives have you got?
6 at the moment.
Wow.
Yes.
And how did you get involved in Bake Off? I mean, have you always been a baker? Is it something that just came as a moment for you?
Baking's relatively new to me in the world of cooking, I suppose. I've always been a really, you know, interested in cooking. I was brought up in a Spanish family, so, you know, I always had a keen interest in that. And then about 5 years ago, I thought I'll have a go at baking, and I ended up on the Bake Off. So incredible, really.
I think the reason that it's so popular is, for me anyway, and we were talking about this before with Richard, is that it's actually just a lovely programme, and everyone on it is so kind and nice, and you all seem to help each other, which you don't see in these other sort of programmes.
Even with your ice cream.
Well, mate, we'll leave the ice cream out.
Yeah, we're not talking ice cream tonight.
But there's a nice... Is it genuinely a lovely atmosphere in that tent?
Absolutely, totally. And I think Paul and Mary said that they actually felt that this year the bakers were quite a compact team that they found hard to break into, because we all looked after each other a lot. And I came away with 11 great friends.
They talk about it being a life-changing experience. I mean, you're a graphic designer by trade. Will you go off and do something different now, or without respect to your employer?
Sure. Well, I own half of the business I work for, so I'm fortunate in that respect. And I think for me, if I can find a happy medium of... it hasn't put me off baking. I do more baking, if anything. If I can find a happy medium between the two, it'd be great.
Brilliant.
Well, there's someone over there who's very excited to see you. She's so keen, she wants to get on with the weather forecast so she can come and eat some cake. Diane.
I did rather throw myself at Louis before, didn't I? It was like somebody had said George Clooney was in the building. I ran and I jumped on him. It's a little embarrassing.
Come and sit next to George Clooney.
I know. It's like living the dream, sitting next to Louis.
I've never been called that before, thank you.
It's lovely. It's lovely to have you here. We've had Hollywood stars and prime ministers on this sofa, but this is the treat, isn't it?
I was just thinking that my daughter will be most impressed with it.
That's the treat.
I still think this is the treat.
Of course.
Now, he said we shouldn't cut into it live on air because it might be a bit messy.
It's an epic cake. It's a lot of layers.
Oh, go on.
Do you want me to cut into it?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can wait.
You know what you're doing.
With respect to our dear viewers, it's at this point that we say goodnight. We hope you have a lovely weekend, and there's about to be a stampede of people through the door.
We're going to eat the cake.
Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Thanks.